Well, hello, my friends. Adrianne Ruiz here from Austin, Texas. Good morning, good evening from wherever you guys are tuning in from tonight. This is a Global Wellness Wednesday, and I am thrilled to be hosting one of my favorite guests, our CSO, Dr. Dan Gubler. And so I'm going to quickly introduce him, but if this is your first time on tonight, I want to welcome you. I want to welcome you to the world of three and really what we're all about. And you guys are in for a treat. So, real quickly, if you're excited about learning more about our products, I would text a friend and invite them on, send them the Zoom link because you are not going to want to miss this information. It truly can be life-changing for you and for people that you know. So I'm so excited. We're going to dive in. And my friend, Dr. Dan here is on with us tonight. He has had 15 years of cellular absorption formulation experience. He's formulated over 70 different nutritional supplements. He has 16 patents granted and are pending. And he's PhDs in organic chemistry from Caltech. Some might say that's pretty good, right? He's also been a professor and he's a health influencer on social media. So if you're not following him yet, make sure you guys follow him on TikTok and Instagram. He also has a top 50 podcast. And my goodness, Dr. Dan, are you here with us?
I am. Hello, Adrian. Hello, everyone. So grateful to be with you all today.
Oh my goodness. I'm thrilled to be here with you. My goodness. I truly remember the very first time that I heard you speak, Dr. Dan. And it was like you were taking big science concepts and putting them into layman terms so that me and my little personal training mind could really wrap my head around why these were so important for me to know and to be able to adopt and share with others. And so I'm so excited that you're going to be sharing some incredible information with us tonight. My goodness, I'll dive right in here. I mean, really, I think the biggest question for everybody right now and what's really on their mind, especially if they're brand new and they first jump on and they're checking all this out and they're like, what is three? Why is my friend so excited? Why do they keep texting me and telling me I have to get on to hear from Dr. Dan, right? And really, it's like the whole question is, what makes three truly different from other companies? Like what is so unique about us?
Yeah, so this is fun. We're gonna have fun tonight. It all comes down to the science. It really does. And for me, that's why I'm here. That's why I've joined three. It's all about the science. I eat, I sleep, I drink, I breathe science. And science, if you think about it, when done right, is a vehicle. It can move us from one place to another. It can bridge gaps. It can span chasms. It can dramatically improve health. It could change the way that we know life as it is. You think of technologies that we use every single day, our smartphones. You think of the big thing right now, AI and all the things that it's doing. These technologies are transforming lives. And so when it comes to why is three different? Really, it's because we take a unique, powerful scientific approach that no other company does. And that's because no other supplement company has the resources and the know-how and the technology that we have to promote human health. And the supplement industry is just so crowded, right? You go to the gym and there's all these supplements lined up. You go to Amazon and there's all these supplements that people are selling, all these ads. TikTok, my goodness, you go to the grocery store and you have supplements lined up literally from A to Z, right? You have your vitamins and minerals, your zinc, your magnesium, your creatine, your colostrum. It's just all over the place. And it's really hard to know what to take and to know how to improve your health. And so our approach, we have, if it's your first time here at three, it boils down to we use three pillars to develop products to change lives. And those pillars are one, exploration, two, curation, and three, absorption. And these form three legs of a three-legged stool that allows us to stably sit on that stool, that allows the body to be healthy and strong and balanced. So that's really where it starts. So if someone asks me, why is three different from other companies? Actually, someone just did a few days ago. They asked me, hey, I know you're with this company. How are you guys different science-wise? For me, it starts with those three pillars: exploration, curation, absorption. And then we talk a little bit about them like we're going to do tonight.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, you're getting me fired up over here because you're right. For a long time, well, A, as a personal trainer, I had to promote what was in front of me. That was my job. B, I would still research and go study so many other things. My grandfather passed away really young. He was an internal medicine doctor, but he sparked my interest in proactive wellness. And it's something that you are amazing at. Like, and to dive into those three pillars really is what made me say yes to three, was that you were doing the work. In other words, you weren't just sitting in an office. No, you have a lab jacket on and you're like, we need to explore, we need to curate, we need to make sure that absorption is the name of the game. Because as we all know, I mean, we live in such a toxic environment right now. We all know we need to supplement, and everybody's an expert, right? Like you were saying, when you jump online, there's some new guy saying, oh, you need this greens, or you need this, or you need that. And so it can be really confusing. So I love that you're saying that, because it's true. It's how a lot of us feel. We have a pantry full of maybe some supplementation type products, but we're trying to piece it all together ourselves. And a lot of times I think we just need a deeper understanding of why exploration, right? Why do we need to make sure that certain things go together? So will you share a little bit more? And we'll just start with exploration. My goodness, why is that so significant?
Yeah, if you want to do something that no one else has done, then you need to go places that no one else has.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? And so for us, we're all about molecules. When it comes to human health, if we're really going to improve human health, it all comes down to the molecules. When you eat something, when you eat a food, for instance, when you eat an apple, the reason an apple is so beneficial for you is because of these beautiful bioactive molecules like fluorin and fluoridin. When you eat broccoli, the reason why broccoli is so great for you is because of molecules called sulforaphanes. And we can go on and on. Mushrooms, ergosterol, right? There's these molecules that are found in nature that just have an amazing impact to improve human health.
Mhm.
And they change the world. You look at molecules in the reactive wellness space that people have discovered that have literally transformed the world.
Mhm.
Same thing when it comes to us with exploration. We go out in the wilderness and we isolate and discover and study new molecules from plants. And plants are just a treasure trove of knowledge. It just gets me so excited when you think about molecules in plants that haven't been discovered yet and their ability to improve human health. It's just astounding. You look at molecules that have already been discovered from plants and their ability to support brain health, heart health, bone health, joint health, gut health, and just it spreads the gamut. And then, the stat that I throw out a lot, and I do it because I think it's important, and I'm going to do it again, is there's 600,000 species of plants on the earth, and less than 5% of them have been studied for their phytonutrients. And that gets me fired up because that just says that with the 5% that we've already discovered and studied, and we think of all these molecules that are out there already that are promoting health, like with antholides from ashwagandha, amazing in supporting health. You think of rosavins from rhodiola, ginkgolides from ginkgo, citrulline. You just go down the list of ingredients that are in supplements and their power. And then to think that there's 20 times more of those, a 20x fold increase of molecules that we haven't discovered yet from plants that can do that. So there's literally thousands and thousands of new molecules that haven't been discovered. And the crazy thing is, no one else in the supplement industry is doing this. They're not. When it comes to ingredients in their formulations, they just grab the catalog. There's big catalogs when it comes to health ingredients that you can flip through the catalog, right? Ginkgo, rhodiola, inulin, okay, and you can order them. And that's what everybody does, so it's like playing with Legos, but if you want to do something really unique, you need new Lego pieces. You need to change the game. And that's why we're going out there. We're changing the game. And a lot of you might have seen our Explore with Dr. Dan series on YouTube and whatnot, and exploredrdan.com. The reason we're doing that is we want you to come along with us, to see how we do that. And already from those 2 expeditions, we have hundreds of molecules that we're studying in the lab right now. And we're isolating them when we're figuring out their properties. And we're finding out that some of them have amazing properties for brain health. Some of them have amazing properties for heart health, skin health, gut microbiome health. It's just really, really exciting. And we're moving along the process of taking these molecules and putting them in our formulas.
Yeah. Well, you're getting me really excited, but also I feel like we probably need to talk a little bit about Explore Dr. Dan. And also, you guys, we have something really unique here at Three, and that is that we own our own Medicinal Plant Research Institute in Thailand, where we are doing a lot of exploration. How many species did we actually plant there, and like what's going on there, and why is this so exciting?
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing that up. We have over 60 different species that we've planted there right now, and we're isolating molecules from those plants as well. So what's really cool is we're doing this two-pronged approach. We're going out into the wild and finding new species from plants and studying molecules from them. But then we're also plants that we're interested in that maybe have a little bit of research behind them, but we want to discover a lot more. Then we've planted them at this Medicinal Plant Research Institute in northern Thailand that's in the most pristine place on the planet. I was just preparing my garden out here, for the springtime. Spring's coming, and here in Utah, topsoil there's about, 4 feet of 4 inches of topsoil, right? We're trying to, cultivate that so we could plant plants. There's 40, 50 feet of topsoil in Thailand where we plant our medicinal plants. It's organic. The bacterial composition in that soil is just off the charts. It's basically just like emanating heat. You look at that soil and heat's coming off from all the good bacteria and all the molecules that are floating around in there. And so we're using that also in Thailand to discover molecules and then to figure out how we can grow this on large scale. So a lot of people ask, so do you get all your plants, all your ingredients from Thailand? No, our Medicinal Plant Research Institute is an area where we discover and optimize and fine tune our ingredients. And then we take what we've discovered there and we translate that to our fields, large scale, where we get our materials from all around the world. And so it's this iterative approach. We go out into the wild, we study things. A lot of the things that we find that are really cool, we'll plant in our Medicinal Plant Research Institute in Thailand. And then we further optimize it. And then we take it to the front lines where we're growing metric tons of this plant. So it's this beautiful spectrum, this scale of discovering and isolating molecules from plants. And again, I can't stress enough that no other company is doing this. And for us, it's all about the phytonutrients, the medicinal molecules of plants. A lot of companies are like, we do whole food, whole plant and stuff like that. That's okay. But honestly, if I'm trying to do some things, there's some parts of the plant that I don't want. I want the bioactive molecules. I don't want all the fluff, so I want bioactive molecules from here and here and here. Because if you're just using whole food ingredients, sometimes some of that is filler, it's fluff, it's not needed for what you're doing. So that's why we take this precision-based, phytonutrient-driven approach for finding molecules from plants and putting them in our formula. And that's why, man, our formulas just hum, right? When you take our product, whoosh, you feel that power, you feel that energy, you feel that difference right away. And that's because of the exploration process. That's where it all starts. That's kind of cranking the engine, like old school days where you would have to crank the airplane propeller and then it'd start going, right? Exploration just starts this beautiful, virtuous cycle of science.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I think the thing that stands out to me the most about what you just said is the fact that we're the only company that's doing this. And I mean, it's so significant when we need to be on the cutting edge of what we're doing, as far as what's coming out and what's coming up. And so being able to explore the way that you're exploring is just amazing. So it kind of
It
leads me
is.
into 6 products that we have. Do you want to talk a little bit about curation and why we should care about that?
Yeah. So the exploration component, like we talked about, where now we have these beautiful molecules from plants that naturally leads to the next step of curation, because we have all these beautiful things and now we need to figure out what to do with them. And now comes the fun part. You take these molecules and you combine them with known ingredients, known molecules. There's a lot of great molecules and ingredients that are already known in the supplement industry that have great potential and power to improve human health. So we take those and we combine them with our novel, unique ingredients from scratch in our laboratories in the United States. And that's a big deal. Most people in the supplement company, they get their products turnkey or white labeled. And basically what that means is they go to a contract manufacturer. Contract manufacturers, they make products for thousands of clients. And what happens is when they make products for thousands of clients, they have a lot of things sitting on the shelf. They have a brain health product and a heart health product and a weight loss product and a gut health product, et cetera. And so what happens most of the time, and it's really sad, Adrianne, how just ridiculously simple it is to get a supplement product, right? All you have to do is call a contract manufacturer and say, hey, how's it going? I want a weight loss product. And they already have one that they've made because they sell it to a bunch of different people and they'll give that to you. So, there's really no development in there at all. It's already there. They've developed it. The thing though about contract manufacturers is they're not phytonutrient chemists. They don't really know what they're doing. Yeah, they can flavor things okay, and they read the literature, and salespeople come in recommending ingredients, but they don't really know. There's no intelligent design of why are you including this ingredient or that ingredient. And they don't know that this ingredient by itself is good, this one by itself is good, but when you combine them together, it's terrible. It actually forms a negative synergistic reaction, right? We say synergy is positive, but you have negative synergy, right? 1+1 can equal 1,000, but 1+1 can also mean minus 100,000 if you're not careful. And so it's really important to know what you're doing. And so they go in, they give you a product, a weight loss product, and voila, there you go. And now you have to figure out marketing and how to sell it and whatnot, and if I'm the Magic Berry X company, then they'll throw a little bit of Magic Berry X in my formulation, and voila, it's my own unique proprietary formulation. But it's pretty much the same. It's like the fast food industry. A hamburger's a hamburger. Yeah, maybe someone does, we do flame grilled and we do this, or we smash it or whatever, But at the end of the day, it's a burger. And at the end of the day, when it comes to its value to you, it's pretty much the same. And really, that's where we're at in the supplement industry. Everybody's getting their products turnkey from contract manufacturers. There's really no unique, intelligent design behind it. And so that's why when you join 3, we have what we call the curation process, And so it's basically the difference between going through a drive-through and getting a number 1 supersize versus where you sit down and you have this beautiful meal at a Michelin star restaurant where chefs are working on these crazy new ingredients and they combine things together in unique, natural, fantastical ways that just wow the taste buds and wow the senses. That's really what we're doing here with our curation approach. And it's just a really beautiful, really powerful thing when we develop things from scratch in our lab. And so it allows creativity to happen. That's the other thing. There's no creativity in the supplement industry nowadays. Everybody's doing the same thing. And it's so funny when someone makes something, and again, because they get it from a manufacturer, have you noticed everybody else just starts to do the same thing? BHB salts, I don't know, colostrum, creatine's a great example, right? Everybody's just using pre-workouts. Everybody's doing the same thing, right? They all have 300 milligrams of caffeine and 5 grams of BCAAs and, maybe an adaptogen in there, but there's no creativity. One thing that's an imperative when you join 3, we give you powerful creative formulas. When you look at our formulas and you look at the ingredients there and you compare it to other formulas, it's completely different. And that's interesting because a lot of times when you look at formulas in Amazon and, Adrianne, you're a trainer, have you ever noticed that a lot of supplements are pretty much the same? Like the ingredients, the bones are the same?
Yeah, no, like everything you're saying, it's just speaking my language. It's like been my pet peeve as well, because everybody and the newest expert comes out with a product that's clearly white labeled through a company, and they maybe add 1 or 2 things that they think are cool, which aren't, like you said, necessarily advantageous to the user. It's just that it makes it cooler or slightly different. But the reality is the majority of them, the base of them, are quite similar and the same. And that's almost how because you're like, oh, somebody just went to this company and said, oh, put a little bit of that, So it's my pet peeve as well. And one of the reasons why I love 3 so much, because every time I do a presentation or every time I send a PDF of the 6 products that we have, people are so impressed with the quality of the ingredients, right? And a lot of, I always tell people, like, you can go out and buy a Centrum. It's not an issue for me, but it will be an issue for you, because you really do do need good whole food, beautiful ingredients for your body. And it's just like you said, if you had the choice, like if you had it your way, right? Do you want to eat at, Burger King, or do you want to eat a Michelin star? And I think if we all really were to ask ourselves that, if we had it our way, we would probably pick the Michelin star. And that's exactly how I feel about three products, just because the way that they are curated. And so, anyways, I love it. But yes, I'm right there with you. I just love how I think a lot of us, like, we are Googling and we're researching now, and we are on Amazon, we are trying to piecemeal systems together. So, like, we're more aware than we ever have been, but we're also more confused. But nobody's confused when they look at Three's products. They're like, oh my gosh, I already have a pantry with the 6 key ingredients that are already in, Revive. And I can't believe I'm piecing them together. And you're putting them all together for me in a way that's like more cost effective, it's more efficient. And truly, that's a testament to you and how you're putting these products together. And so, I mean, I'm nothing but grateful for the way that the products are curated. They're changing people's lives, and nothing short of a dramatic way. Like, I know we can't make any claims or anything that our products cure, prevent, or treat any types of disease or mitigate anything, but I hear I hear miracles every day. Like, as I'm talking to people, as I'm sharing with them, I hear that they're feeling better. I feel that they're feeling fuller longer. They're no longer overeating. I hear that they're feeling, they're feeling like less stress overall in their day. Same thing with joints and inflammation. They're recovering faster after exercise. They're feeling like they're sleeping better at night. They have more clarity of mind, just beautiful, beautiful things. And so, without making any claims, I mean, truly, I hear these stories and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I believe, I mean, because our products are also listed in the PDR, that's one of the reasons why every time I do a phone call with a doctor or a scientist, like, I am not an expert. The products are the expert, because when I go to share those and I show the way that they were curated, I don't have to be like a super duper star. They see it. They're like, oh my gosh, wait, this is liposomal, or this has micelles or adjuvants, and oh my gosh, the absorption. So we'll dive into that in a second. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I mean, it's true that the way that you've curated these products and put them together, that it doesn't take somebody to be a rocket scientist to realize how valuable and the quality of ingredients that we're using. So I probably should dive into the next key pillar, which, because I've already started to talk about it, which is what really, in my opinion, has been such a game changer. Because Dr. Dunn, we eat this much food in America, tons and tons of food, and we're no better for it in most cases. And so we're only getting about this much nutrition. And we used to say, you are what you eat, but that's not true anymore. I mean, it's not, because it's you are what you can or not absorbing. I don't know if that made sense. You are what you can absorb. But in most cases, we're walking around with bodies that are inflamed. And this entire line of products has been curated to address inflammation on deep levels. I mean, and again, that's a testament to your curation. So, but I do want to talk about absorption, because to me, again, that really separates our company out from all the rest. I mean, nobody's using what you're using. Do you want to talk a little bit about why these products make a difference in people's lives so much more quickly? Because they're actually getting the nutrition that they need.
Yeah, yeah. So the third
Okay.
key pillar, as you mentioned so beautifully, Adrian, and as you set it up, is absorption. And I love what you said. You aren't what you eat, you are what you absorb. And it's just such an important thing. So the body is being plagued by lifestyle factors. When you look at everything that's going on, the body is under, we surely live in the most complex of times in all of human history when it comes to lifestyle factors like poor diet, lack of sleep, lack of exercise, stress, anxiety, pollution, blue light, social media. All these things are just pressing down on the body, and they're causing the millions of reactions the chemical body, the body does every single second, to be out of whack. And one of the net results of that, there's several net results. One of them is the inflammatory status of the body is thrown out of balance. But another one that we don't really talk about is the absorption reactions, the absorption process of how the body absorbs nutrients. That's a chemical system, and that's a biological system, and that biological system is thrown out of balance because of these lifestyle factors. And so when the body is out of whack, it's not absorbing nutrients to the degree that it does. So even when we try to eat healthy, the salads and the fruits and the veggies and different things, if the whole metabolic system of the body is thrown out of balance because of the lifestyle factors, then absorption suffers dramatically. And so what we wanted to do when we started this company, and we thought to ourselves, what are things that we can really do to transform human health in ways that no other companies can? Exploration, curation, and then absorption. What we do is we have many different technologies that the bottom line, it makes sure that all of the molecules in our formulations go into the cell. And, I was just thinking about it today. It's a wonder that a molecule is able to get into the cell because first things first, when you take a supplement and that supplement starts to dissolve in the mouth, you have enzymes. And enzymes are mechanical machines and they want to tear molecules apart. And so even before you get to the stomach, we talk about the stomach, but even before when you put it in the mouth, these enzymes want to rip that molecule apart and just tear it down to the studs. And so that's a problem, right? So some bioactive molecules, they don't even make it into the stomach. The enzymes just tear it apart and it's gone. So it has no biological value, bioactive potential for the body. So it has to get through that. Then it has to go through the stomach, pH 3. That's a really acidic pH, which will protonate molecules and do all sorts of cool chemistry. But what happens is a lot of these molecules will dissolve and degrade in the stomach because the stomach acid is meant to break things apart. And then if it survives the stomach, then it goes into the intestines. And guess what's waiting for it in the intestines? Lots of hungry bacteria. And they want to eat that bioactive molecule. So before it can even get into your cells, they have first dibs. They want to eat that molecule. And then if these molecules miraculously get away from these zombie eating bacteria, then it has to get through the intestinal lining. So you can kind of see it's like these molecules are trying to get through the lining while the zombie bacteria are trying to eat them, right? And if it does get through the lining, which is like jumping over an electric fence, then it gets into the bloodstream. And the bloodstream is not friendly. You have molecules and proteins that want to complex with it and just take it away. And then if it miraculously gets through the bloodstream, it then needs to get into the tissue, the bigger system of the body. Before we even talk about the cell, it needs to get through the tissue system. And then finally, it's to the cell. But guess what? You have this crazy, nasty, protective cell membrane that's like, TSA on steroids. It's not going to let molecules through easily. And so then finally, if it can, it has to get through that high security screening process. And then finally, it's into the cell. So, that was a lot of words, but
That's a lot.
basically, hopefully, I've helped us see that it's not trivial for a bioactive molecule to get into the cell. And in the supplement industry, we trivialize it. No one's really talking about absorption. We just assume that because we have all these great herbs and botanicals, that it's magically just going to get into the cell and everything's going to be great. And we're going to sing Kumbaya and everything's fabulous, but it's not. So you really need to work to get molecules into the cell. And that's our commitment here at 3. We are absorption specialists. That's what we love to do. We love to we're simple. We love to discover new molecules from plants. We love to put them together. And then we love to figure out unique ways on which we could get them into the cell. And we use lots of different ways. Some companies will say we use liposomes, for instance. Liposomes, okay. Liposomes are great. We use liposomes as well. But some molecules are too big. You can't fit into a liposome. Some molecules are so small they leak out of the liposome. Some molecules just don't interact with the liposome. They want nothing to do with the liposome because of molecular charges and stuff. And so it's not a one size fits all. If you're serious about absorption, you need to be an expert and you need to use many, many different technologies. And that's what we do.
I love that in the Vitalite, there is no liposomes in there. It's probiotics, like 100 million live probiotics and digestive enzymes, and you're getting that nutrition in its whole food form. I got to tell you, I mean, for 3 years, not 3, for 13 years, I was spending $300 a month on vitamins that I had to do an AM and PM pack of because that's what was suggested. And I felt better in 2 days on the Vitalite than I had in 13 years of my previous experience. I mean, and I was shocked because it was only 5 little capsules, but again, it's the way you did it. You didn't try to, overdo it in some other way. I mean, you need those in their whole food form, right? I mean, it was just beautiful how you did that. And then I look at Revive with its, the piperine and the menthol, and like the way that you're helping make the membrane of the cell a little bit slightly mucousy to allow that curcumin to come in. I mean, that fires me up right there. I love the liposomal resveratrol and glutathione. I mean, that's amazing. So yeah, every single thing you did, it's like you picked the right vehicle for the nutrient. Right. And nobody, I don't know any other company, or I don't know any other formulator that's taking the time to do it right for the ingredient. Like you're doing the ingredients justice. Do you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're doing it right. And so, I mean, that's why these products are so life-changing for people too, is because, like you said, you're using the right vehicle for the right nutrient, and it's making such a huge difference. So that gets me really excited. I kind of mentioned my grandfather earlier. He was an internal medicine doctor, and he passed away when I was really young. He was like a superhero to me. Because of him, I was like literally like studying how to do heart transplants as a child, because I just thought he was the coolest guy. Anyways, when he passed away, Dr. Dan, I can't help but think, gosh, he was using so much reactive medicine, because that's what we do. Like, that's what doctors do. They go to reactive medicine. And so that's really what drove me to like seek proactive wellness products. And I can't help but think there's so many people out there who are probably in his same situation, where they don't have time. They're stressed, they're busy. They need a simplified line like this. They need 6 key products that are going to make a difference in their daily wellness, that it's not complicated. They're not trying to piece it all together themselves. You don't have to think, because you took the guesswork out of that. And I can't help but think that we really could help a lot of people proactively by plugging into what we have: 6 daily wellness products that are put together right. They're formulated appropriately. They're not wasting their time and money on products that, aren't good, right? I mean, and I tell people this all the time. If you go to Amazon, you're looking for that one thing that you saw on some doctor's YouTube video, right? Like, you are going down a deep dive, my friend, because good things are seldom cheap, and cheap things are seldom good, right? And so then you're going into this whole balancing act of like, well, how much should I be spending? What is the right amount? How many milligrams do I need? Is he serious? I need this many. Like, I just remember, like, out of all like 18 years of personal training and coaching since I decided to do that, and what people really need is simplicity, or they won't do it. That, like, truly. And so our products, they're so cool. I mean, they're super sleek. The packaging is beautiful. You can leave them out on your counter. People will be like, what is that? And you can share, because it's pretty simple to share, what we're doing here. And it's just amazing. So I get kind of nerding out a little bit with you on that, because it's just, I mean, it's so miraculous, truly, like what we've put together here, and really what sets us apart. I told you I wasn't going to ask you too many hard-hitting questions tonight, but do you feel like this line is complete? Like, with the 6 products total is complete? Or do you think that you still have some tricks up your sleeve? What is it?
Yeah, so we are the proactive wellness company. That's what we started out to be. Proactive wellness, in my opinion, is the greatest need state in the world today. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And so when we started 3, we sat down and we said, what do we really need to do to provide a solid foundation for proactive wellness? To make sure that all the major systems, pathways, networks of the body are functioning again, they're functioning properly, there's crosstalk between them. So the body now hums like the fine-tuned machine that it was meant to be, that it's born to be. And I feel with our current 6 products, we've done that. I'm really happy with where we're at. And I love the simplicity of it. Like you were saying, you don't have to, I don't know. I worry, because you and I are geeking out, and I love geeking out with you, and I love chatting science and whatnot, but
Yeah.
people don't need to be a scientist. We wanted to just make it simple, so simple. Just take these products, use them, and live long and prosper. You're going to see a difference, you're going to feel a difference, and it's a beautiful thing. You don't have to know all the technologies, you don't have to know how to draw molecules. You just use it and be happy. And so I feel like we've done that really well with our 6 products in supporting foundational health and proactive wellness. You take these 6 products and you are on a great path to health, to happiness, to strength, and to peace of mind.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I don't have to guess. I don't have to think when I see the products out, I just put them in my mouth. People are always like, "Is there a special way?" I'm like, if you see them, put them in your mouth.
Yeah,
If they're on
yeah.
your counter, if your collagen is in your fridge, right, take it, right? You know what I mean? Just put it in your mouth because I think we do a lot of times we overthink how simple it is to have better wellness, to be able to feel better on a daily basis. And it really is just getting the right quality ingredients. And like you said, we're making it super simple for people. I think it's just truly so simplistic. But I love how you kind of slightly avoided. Do you have some more tricks up your sleeve? Do you think? Do
Oh,
you?
we're always we're
Okay.
always thinking of new
Yeah.
things. We have a very robust development program, because science changes. There's so much left to be discovered and explored. And so, I mean, that's why I'm in this industry. I just have a passion for discovery and exploration. I don't know what it is, but if I was earlier, in the 1400s, I would be one of those guys on the ships going around trying to find new worlds. And really, that's what we're doing in science. We're trying to discover new scientific worlds, new continents that we could set our foot on for the very first time. And those explorers, they claim the land for England or they claim the land for France. We're going to discover these new scientific lands, these new plants, these new ecosystems, and we're going to claim the land for 3. And how do we do that? We are going to lay down tons of patents. And these patents are going to protect the land so that we can have it for the 3 family, for generations, so that we can have these beautiful, unique, novel technologies and we could share them when we have power. So that when we go out and share something with someone, I just think it'd be so demoralizing if you go out and share a product with someone. And I look at some of these other products that people are sharing, and there's like the exact same thing at the store or at a convenience store, right? And it's like, it's my passion and my greatest desire is to give the members of the 3 family a product that they're proud of, that I'm proud of, that they're confident in, that they look around and they can't see anything else like it. And it has clinical studies and it has intellectual property and it has curation technology and absorption technology and exploration components built into that so that it is so stinking unique that when they go out and share it, people just, whoa, it just blows their mind. That's my goal, that's my mission, and that's my desire here at 3. And I feel like with our 6 products, we've done that, and we're just getting started. It's going to be a
Well,
fun journey.
absolutely. I mean, with the amount of exploration you're doing, I'm sure at some point, and I just know your brain. Like I see your passion. We all feel it, on this call tonight, just how passionate you are about what you do, which is exactly why I'm so grateful that we're partnered together in 3, and that I'm able to promote products with confidence, right? About what I'm offering up people. And that it's making a difference. But yeah, absolutely. I know you're the guy that's like, oh, we found something and it might go good with this, that you'd be like, let's do it, So I really
Exactly.
appreciate that because as you're right, as we learn more, as we, when you know better, you do better, right? And absolutely. And so I love that how, that the science is there and not necessarily that I, as a consumer, have to live in it every day, but I just trust you, right? I trust your track record. I trust your judgment. I trust, and I really love all the exploration you're doing. Your Dr. Dan videos, Explore Dr. Dan videos are so fun. Like they're so fun to watch. So for those of you guys who are on here and you haven't seen one yet, you can go to 3international.com and you can watch Explore with Dr. Dan. And it is so much fun just to see him like out in nature and how excited he is about tree bark and, other things. So it's really great. And so I want to thank you so much for your time tonight and really just pouring into us and pouring into the 3 family. And for those of you who are new on here, I don't know how you didn't feel the enthusiasm and the passion from our chief scientific officer, Dr. Dan, because woo, I mean, it was like you would have to be just like not paying attention to not feel what just came through this Zoom call. I mean, and I know that's not you. I mean, you wouldn't have been here in the first place if you weren't like, well, I'd like to know more, and you keep an open mind and, well, what is this all about? And, and I think that's wonderful. So we appreciate you guys being on tonight. Definitely get back with the person who invited you on here and say, hey, send me over what these 6 products are. And they're going to send you a bunch of, PDFs so you can really dive in if that's your style. The other thing I wanted to share too that we didn't quite talk about is that we have 2 incredible studies. We have an absorption study and we have an epigenetic study. And again, if you're very much into science, I highly encourage you to ask for those PDFs as well, because you will dive in. If you're not, just order the products, put them in your body, see how you feel, go out, share them with others. Dr. Jan and I would consider that the biggest compliment is for you guys to try the products yourself and see how you feel. So Dr. Jan, any last words?
I hope that people just feel the wonder of science. Science is a wondrous thing. It just is so beautiful to see molecules coming together that we have in formulas that transform human health. And so I encourage you all to use our products, to try our products, to share our products, because they are a pathway to a better life, to feel better, to look better, to have better cognitive function, to support a healthy inflammatory status in the body. I want you to just think about how your life would be different if you haven't tried our products and you see the benefit of our products that's listed, that the person who shared these products with you, just think how your life would be different if those benefits were added to your current life with where you're at right now. And for those of you who have tried our products, I want you to think back to how your life was before taking our products. And I think in both cases, you'll see that these products are powerful. And they were formulated with a sincere heart, with just a pure desire from our science team to help improve proactive wellness and to just help people be happy, to find joy, to do what they want to do, to have the health so that they could play with their children, so that they could play with their pets, so that they could go on a hike, so that they could just kill it at work and work hard and be productive. Whatever you want to do, our products help to bridge that gap. They'll help to get you there sooner, with more velocity, more quality, and just with power for you to accomplish your dreams.
Mm. Well, thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure as usual, and truly so excited, for everyone to go out there and just get that information in their hands, whether it's through a text or something else, and get these products in their body. So, all right, you guys, let's go help the world be healthier and happier, and we will see you on another incredible Wellness Wednesday. Thank you again, Dr. Dan. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.